Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Play CCN, which is brought to you by Zone. I'm your host, Sandra Rossi, editor of Climate Control News. Fujitsu General plans to jumpstart stalled negotiations to sell its stake in air conditioning. The company is still in negotiations, but according to a Bloomberg report, negotiations bogged down over price. The urgency to close has grown against the backdrop of escalating economic uncertainty. Based on the latest share price, the stake is worth US $728 million, which is lower than the $1.4 billion originally proposed. Fujitsu General is looking to restructure and to offload consumer products to become a technology giant focused on markets still in their infancy like AI services. Fujitsu has held talks with Bain Capital and KKR and Co. Daikin is ramping up efforts to be the #1 air conditioning manufacturer in the US. American players like Trane Technologies and Johnson Controls still dominate in the US market, but Daikin is aiming to take the top spot by fiscal 2025. To do this, Daikin has expanded production at its Mexico facility. Daikin Industries is also bolstering its supply chain in Africa, setting up a manufacturing site in Nigeria while also preparing to produce products in Algeria. The company has identified opportunities for growth throughout the continent, which is why it is moving production there. In Algeria, the company is working to secure a location for a manufacturing site. Once established, Daikin will have Northern and Central Africa covered. Finally, the global Methane Pledge is failing, according to the Environmental Investigation Agency, or EIA. Methane is the world's second most damaging greenhouse gas. It has more than 80 times the potency of carbon dioxide over a 20-year period. It is responsible for 1/3 of global warming. The pledge sets out to reduce methane emissions by 30% by 2030, and Australia is a signatory to the pledge. The EIA said the pledge is not delivering, with methane levels in the atmosphere continuing to rise at unprecedented levels. Methane levels are now more than 2.5 times their pre-industrial levels. Despite this, funding available for methane mitigation represents less than 2% of all finance that's been made available to combat climate change and global warming. Well, that's it for our headlines this week, which were brought to you by Zone. Thank you for watching.